all up as well. Welcome to Kingdom Influencer. I hope that you guys are doing super duper well. I want to share with you guys a dream that I had this morning, and in this dream, the Lord spoke to me in a very weird way, right? It took some decoding, some time in His presence. But in the dream, I was looking for someone that could help me get some stuff of mine that were in a specific country to another country. And I called an old colleague and I asked her, do you know anyone that's coming? So she mentioned two names to me, right? So there were two names that were mentioned. But right now, I just want to touch on the second name. And the second name, she was like to me, oh no, Natasha's coming. Natasha's coming on Tuesday. In my mind, I think I automatically thought next week, Tuesday. But she was like, Natasha's coming on Tuesday. She mentioned Natasha and another name. And in the dream, it made no sense to me because the Natasha that I know, she doesn't live in either country. And I don't know how she would make her way. But the person said it very confident and reassured me, affirmed me that Natasha was coming. I woke up and I was like, Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. And the voice said to me, today is Tuesday. And as I went on to spend some time with the Lord actually told me, go look up the name Natasha. And as I looked up the name Natasha, it means birthday. So I automatically, as I repeated the meaning to myself, I remembered a post that Obitepo has made, and she was speaking about birthing, right? So she was speaking about birthing, and I said to God, like, God, what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? And it's very plain, very simple, and it's that it's birthing time. It is birthing time. That what we have expected God to do, what we have asked God to do, what He said that He would do, that we are in a season of birthing. And some of us, you might birth this thing on a Tuesday. The promise may come together on a Tuesday. It can be this Tuesday, it can be next week Tuesday, two, 3 Tuesdays from now. But the word is that on Tuesday something will happen. And this word can even be for Natasha. Natasha, God is saying that you are so close, but so close to birthing what you are about to birth. And I believe that the second part of the first name that was mentioned in the dream, I believe God wants me to touch on it now. The first name that was mentioned in the dream was Jairus, right? I have a cousin called Jairus, and Jairus is here with me right now. He is in South Africa. So as I went to go read the story of Jairus, God told me, don't look at Jairus, don't focus on Jairus, but focus on Jesus. Focus on what Jesus said, on how Jesus did things. Just focus on Jesus. And as I read the parts that spoke about Jesus, when Jairus came to Jesus, Jesus said to him, okay, let's go and see your daughter. And Jesus kept saying, she is not dead, but she is asleep. She is not dead, but she is asleep. And when the woman with the issue of blood came in and her whole story happened, when the relatives or people from Jairus' house came, they were like to him, don't trouble the master. Don't trouble the master anymore, because she has died. And the Bible specifically says that Jesus was the one that paid no attention. Jesus ignored what these people were saying. Jesus paid no attention to what these people were saying. And he kept it moving. He got to the house. And when I read this part, I'm going to write all the scriptures down. There's a part in the passage that says that when Jesus arrived at the house, he saw the people weeping, grieving, And Jesus said to them, why are you guys crying? Like, why are you guys grieving? Like, what is going on? Because the daughter, the girl, she's not dead. She's just asleep. And, sometimes people would be like, oh, that's like so insensitive. Like, oh, yeah, we know that, yeah, Jesus was probably seeing this and speaking about this because he was connected to the spiritual realm. He was speaking spiritually. But when I read this, the Lord said to me, this is Jesus going like head to head with adversity. This is Jesus confronting the situation and really telling the situation that you have no power. Like, what you are saying, it's not that. What you are showing right now in the natural, it's not that. What I am perceiving in the natural, it is not that. And it was like Jesus was provoking the miracle, provoking the faith, provoking his faith, provoking people's faith, just to look at the situation and say, the girl isn't dead, she's just asleep. And scripture goes on and it says that when Jesus entered the house, when he was about to go pray for the girl, he only took in 3 disciples, the parents, and everyone else. He sent them out. And when I read that, the Lord said to me, it is not in vain that I have been speaking to many people, that I have been speaking to you about your company. There are people that could say, yeah, we believe in God, we trust in God for this and this and that, but they don't have the faith to actually see this whole thing play out. They say they support you, they say they want this for you, they say they're standing with you because it could be the right thing to do, because that's what they feel compelled to do, that as a friend, as a partner, as whoever, that's their duty. But God is saying that during this time that you give birth, you need people around you that will actually help you birth. And even if these people aren't necessarily doing something physically, but just their trust in God, just their trust that no, God is able to do this. God will do this in my friend's life. God will do this in my mom's life. God will do this for me. God will do this. Just them being sure and them having this assurance that God will do this, that's the people that we need to keep around. That's the people that God is saying that you need around, because he didn't take all his disciples. His disciples saw the miracles that Jesus did. His disciples witnessed things, but they didn't go in. Not all of them went in, because we know that God gives to us according to the measure of our faith. And God is saying, I want you to have people around you that your faith measures up, that your faith are in the same level. And when Jesus went into the room, he said to her, Talita kume, little girl, stand up, little girl, arise. And that was a new birth. Because in the natural, she was dead. But when Jesus spoke those words, when faith connected, when people stood together in agreement to what Jesus had said. Because the whole time they were going there, Jesus said, she is not dead, she's asleep. She's not dead, she's asleep. She's not dead, she's asleep. She's not dead, she's asleep. That's what he's saying. He's saying to your situation is not dead. Your situation is not impossible. What you are trusting me for is not impossible. It is simply asleep. And at the sound of my voice, when you connect with the people that I am actually leading you to connect with, when you connect with the people that will enter the room with you and will speak life instead of death, that thing will arise. You are giving birth, and these people that you need around you right now, it's basically them being your midwives. It's the people that will help you give birth. And God really just wants you to understand that the promise is not near. Is not far, sorry. That the promise is very near. It is not far. It is not far. Jairus saw that the woman with the issue of blood got her miracle instantly just by touching the hem of the Lord's garment. Her miracle happened because her faith was on a new other level. That when she touched the hem of his garment, Jesus said, I felt power leave me. And that was a way. And all of that happened. The Lord allowed that to happen because that was a way of provoking Jairus' faith as well. Of telling Jairus, your faith can rise. You can have more faith. You can believe for the impossible. If I am healing a woman that has had an issue of blood for 12 months, for 12 years, death to me is nothing. There is nothing in this world that can stop me. There is nothing in this world that is impossible for me. And the Lord is telling you that look at your problem in the face of adversity. Let your faith arise. Let your faith arise. Provoke that miracle. The woman with the issue of blood, in the Passion Translation, it said that suddenly, it happened suddenly. It came to Jesus suddenly. He didn't expect that much faith. He didn't expect that power to leave him in the way that it left him. And just by doing that, it provoked this miracle. And I've been speaking to some of my friends and I tell them like that you guys are really pulling some moves and you guys are really doing some stuff that it's blowing Jesus away. And today as I read this passage, that's what I got. Jesus was saying, you know what A is doing, you know what B has done. That's the same thing that the woman with the issue of blood did. That she trusted me so much. She had such faith. She was so convicted in who they were saying that I was, that when she touched the hem of my garment, she said, I am going to get healed. And she was healed. And the Lord is saying that right now, don't look at what is happening around you. Don't look at what it seems in the natural. Get excited. Know that you are about to give birth. This is your birthing season. This is your birthing time. You are about to give birth sooner than you expected. And I know that we keep hearing this, we keep hearing this. And if the Lord is allowing you to hear something over and over and over again, it's because there is still something in your heart that isn't believing him 100%. He actually wants you to believe him 110, 120%. He wants you to believe that no matter what he said is what he said. And if he is saying that this is your season, then remember, time passes away, seasons change, natural seasons change, but we serve a God. The God that we serve, he controls time. He controls time. And if he is saying it is your season, if he's been saying it's your season ever since January, ever since December of last year, then it's still your season. The season will only change when he says it's time to change. And if he has promised the season for 100 people and 99 have already received, given birth, have already taken hold of their promises, then trust and believe that God will not end the season until the 100. And if you are part of the 100, if you are part of the plan of God for the season, then trust and believe that the season will not end until you get your promise. For he is not a man that he shall lie. He will prolong the season if he has to, but this is your season. And all we have to do is make sure that we are right with God. It is our heart posture. It is us having a relationship with God that generates everything else that the Lord has said. Let's not be the ones that only seek God because of what he's saying, because of the promises, but let's really have a relationship with God. Let's really seek him for who he is. Let this promise be birthed. Let this promise be birthed. And I really encourage you guys just to go read the story of Jairus and let the Lord minister to you. Let the Lord minister to you and let him speak to you. So, um beijo. Bye bye.